Hello everybody, it's Reinersue and Jerry the 3-year-old, and we're having another day here, and it's a really important lesson day for him, and that's the introduction of Spurs. I know there's controversy about it, so I thought I would like to share that with people. I have articles on my website about it, and it's I introduce Spurs to a horse when certain conditions have been reached, and it's basically when the horse isn't moving very well off my leg. And I don't want to get into kind of thumping the horse. I don't really like that idea. So anyway, so we're going to introduce you to it. I'm just using my camera here, so I hope we can catch this. So I'll get started with it, and I'll explain it a little bit more at the end if I have time. So what I do is initially when I'm teaching body control, I do it from the ground. Yes, literally on the cross ties. I will use the spur, and I've got videos about that. And then when I'm moving here, and I'm just, of course, using one-handed here because I've got the camera with the other, but I'm going to show you. I'm just going to neck rein them over here, and yes, I neck rein them right from the get-go. This gelding now is done his colt starting phase. I spent last month starting him, so this one now is we're going to do this exercise. So when I start teaching a horse how to leg yield, I'll use the fence here. So we'll come up here, I'll grab a hold of Jerry here, and we'll have them come around. Just, sorry, bear with me there. My dogs are chasing the birds out of the arena. It's their job to do that, so it gives them something to do. Actually, so we'll come around here and I'll show you this fence. But what I do is when I start to teach leg yielding, even when they're their first 30 days, is I'll use the fence here. And it's like my assistant. So I'll come up here to the fence, you can see, and I'll tip his nose in the direction. We'll see if I can get that here. Tip his nose in the direction of the fence, and I'm using my leg here. And he's actually side passing a couple steps here. And then when he side passes a couple of steps like that, there we go. Good boy, Jerry. I will then ask him to move on. And I'll do that all the way up and down, you know, the safe spots around the arena here. So, like I said, the wall is like an assistant. And so now with the introduction of Spurs, the only difference now is I will now use my spur. So you can see we're going through center here, and then when I was loping him through center, he was leaning on my outside leg. And try as I might with my leg, I just couldn't get him to move over. And even after getting back on the ground again and asking him to move over, he just wasn't responsive enough. And rather than thumping the heck out of him, which I don't like to do, that's when it's time to use spurs. So again, we'll go up to the wall here. I'll grab him. And again, now I'll tip his nose in the direction of the wall. I will now, with my leg, ask him to move 2 track over a couple of steps. There we go. You can see we're off the wall, and we move on. Good boy, Jerry. Good boy, Jerry. So that's it, folks. That's how I actually introduce a horse to Spurs. I will actually, of course, go in the other direction and do it the same way. But that's basically how I introduce him. He already knows how to leg yield or yield hindquarters off the fence with just my leg. And now I've just simply put my spur on and done the same sort of thing and literally turned my toe out, pressed my spur into his side when I've asked him to move over. And since he already knows how to do it without a spur, it wasn't too much of a stretch to learn the next step, which is with the spur. So that is my introduction to a horse to Spurs. So I hope you enjoyed that. And we will, enjoy this fine day, last day of May. And we'll catch you in the next video. Yep, see you later.